Mizzou was a team that impressed a lot of people in 2023. A team that was unranked coming into the year, finished the season as Cotton Bowl champions, and all of a sudden are a program that looks like could be on the up and potentially be in the college football playoffs in 2025. A big reason why Missouri was so good was due to their defense. One of the players who really had an incredible year was cornerback Ennis Rakestraw, a player who, despite the lack of production on paper, has had a huge impact on the field for the Tigers and is a guy who has been flying up draft boards. But hey guys, we did a video on Chris Abrams' drain just a few weeks ago, and a lot of people were asking what I thought about Ennis Rakestraw. So here it is, my full evaluation of him. If there's a player you want to see, leave a comment and let me know down below. I do want to apologize, Rakestraw has quite literally no highlights on YouTube, so I am just going to be using Missouri team highlights from the season. But without further ado, let's get into it. When you look at Rakestraw's numbers, not much is going to stand out. In 2022, in 725 defensive snaps, Rakestraw allowed 30 receptions, 395 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He had an interception as well as 12 pass deflections on the year, which are okay numbers, but they aren't incredible. In 2023, he missed a couple of games due to injury, but he still played in 465 snaps. He allowed 18 receptions, 197 yards, and 1 touchdown on the year, and he had 0 interceptions and 4 pass deflections. He is a player that you're really going to have to watch the tape to fully understand what type of impact he has on the field. Rakestraw has good size for the cornerback position. He is 6 foot, 188 pounds, and he has great length. He has the size to play on the boundary, which is something that really excites me. Rakestraw has incredible athleticism. He is super twitchy, he's very quick, and he has phenomenal speed. He's able to stick to the wide receiver's hips and cover all the way down the field, and he has great quickness to the football. He closes quickly, and athletically, I think Rakestraw possesses a lot of tools that teams are really going to like. He has fluid hips as well, an elite change of direction, and he is able to stick with the wide receiver no matter where he's going, which is all things that you really like. Another area I really love about Rakestraw is his physicality. He is a guy who played a lot of press man coverage, and he was Missouri's best press man corner on the season. He absolutely dominated. He has the speed to match up down the field like we just mentioned, but his physicality is the most impressive thing about his game to me. He gets his hands on the receivers, and he has an incredible initial punch. He helps push receivers off of their routes, and I was incredibly impressed at what he was able to do in coverage due to his physicality. He's physical with the ball in the air, and he is physical at the line of scrimmage, which if you guys have followed the channel, you guys would know those are things I really appreciate about corners. Rakestraw does have a couple of areas of concern that I do have. For one, it is the production. We talked about it, but in 35 collegiate games, he only has 1 interception and 24 pass deflections. And yet, I'd still say he has good ball skills due to his closing speed and quickness, but a lack of production and really not a lot of numbers to back it up could definitely push him further down the board than he should go. I wish he had better numbers, but unfortunately, the tape has to speak for itself here. Lastly, I think his play strength can improve a little bit. He needs to get a bit stronger. He is easily pushed back, and it is especially apparent when he's trying to defend against the run. He almost feels like a non-factor in run defense, as he has a tendency to struggle to tackle consistently. He just can't wrap up efficiently sometimes. Those are a couple of areas where I think he can improve. I think he could add on a little bit more weight and get a little bit stronger for the outside corner position. If you guys have followed the channel for a while, you know I love physical corners. I like guys who are aggressive at the line of scrimmage, and Rakestraw hasn't. I initially was higher on his teammate Chris Abrams' drain, but after doing a reevaluation, I have Rakestraw slightly higher. His physicality and size and his man coverage ability is absolutely fantastic, and he is my number 10 cornerback in the class. He also ranks as my number 58 player overall on my big board. Rakestraw, in my opinion, would work best in a heavy man and press man scheme. A scheme where he can line up on the line, play his physical brand of football that we have gotten accustomed to seeing at Missouri, and do what he does best on the field. I think he could potentially move to the slot at the next level as well, but no matter where he is, I think he should be playing primarily man coverage because he is fantastic at it in college. My player comparison for Ennis Rakestraw is A.J. Terrell. Terrell is slightly bigger in terms of his frame, but they both have exceptional athleticism and speed for the cornerback position. What they do on the field doesn't necessarily show up on the stat sheet. Terrell's had a couple of decent seasons, but his numbers aren't going to exactly jump at you off the page. I think Rakestraw is very similar. While he's had good production and he's played well, the production doesn't necessarily show it on paper. I think Rakestraw has a lot of really solid tools. My comparison for him is A.J. Terrell. Ennis Rakestraw is electric. He is quick, he's twitchy, and he has a lot of tools that you love to see from the cornerback position. He is a guy who I think is going to continue flying up draft boards post-combine, Senior Bowl, and Pro Day, and I ultimately believe he will be a second-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.